in love. Sure enough in love with you. Hey, yeah, yeah. Oh, we on. Oh, I'm sorry. What playmaker? Oh, I'm so sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Beat. Welcome to Bearing Down the Gridiron, where we talk about all things college football, along with the co-founder and the co-host of this show, Playmaker. I am Cole Johnson. It is a wonderful time to be spending with you. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching us on Playmakers LinkedIn, we appreciate you. If you're watching us on Playmakers Network on YouTube, we appreciate you there. If you are listening to us via radio, we're doing it
are not
live.
live on the radio today.
Say what?
We are not live on the radio today.
Then why you got this on there? Woosah. Well, if you're going to download this, then you just go to Apple Podcasts. You can go to, Amazon Music. You can go to Spotify. You can go to iHeartRadio and all other podcast directories where you can download said audio. Now, please do us a favor. If you watch us YouTube, like this and share this and subscribe to the Playmakers Network, where you get to see this on the fall, every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. on the Pacific Coast.
Thank you, sir. You covered everything.
Oh, good.
Now that we got rid of let me think, Mr. Isley brother himself from singing, we can get down to business.
It's Al Green, son. Get it right.
Now I was talking about you personally. I wasn't talking about what you were singing.
That's what I was singing. But
I wasn't talking about what you were singing.
Oh, okay.
But I know how much you love. I know how much you love Ron Isley. That's why I call Isley brothers. That's
well, yeah. That's one of my cats. But I'm just excited. It's a wonderful day. I get to spend time with my brother, the playmaker. I get to talk about football, one of my favorite topics to talk about. I'm just excited. Oh, and I get to crap on the NCAA. I'm excited.
So those of you who are faithful watchers and listeners of Bearing Down the Gridiron, things gonna be done a little different today.
Yeah, we wanted the traditional offense, and they're doing a no huddle.
Funny how he put that out there, because there is no huddle today. Then again, if you want, some of y'all probably say you can probably what you gonna do, play back into the no huddle. You might be right, but I don't play doing that because it's a conversation that we started on Monday involving a certain coach that's now an analyst for basketball. Right. We switched it over to the football side of a former coach who is now an analyst.
Just don't paint yourself blue and orange like you did when you were in Auburn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was cold. I'm sorry.
That was Monday.
I know. And I meant every word.
We on Wednesday. We passed that.
That was the one thing I forgot to say on Shooting Lights Out. Now I'm good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing the conversation of changes need to be made in college sports.
Changes.
We got to hear from Bruce Pearl Monday. Today, we get to hear from, in most people's eyes, the GOAT himself, Nick Saban. I said most, I ain't say all.
Okay, thank you.
Listen.
I did.
Nick Saban, he had some things to say. And I broke it up into 3 different parts. So, Coach Johnson, whenever you're ready, let me know you're ready for part 1.
All right. Think about it. Test the air. Yeah, I'm ready. Fired off.
There's anybody in authority in college football except the conference commissioners.
Right.
So if they can't get together on it,
Well, they won't.
you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
But everybody's going to be. I think there's anybody in authority in college football except the conference commissioners.
Right.
So if they can't get together on it,
Well, they won't.
you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
But everybody's going to be sort of having their own self-interest, you know, in mind.
Own agenda.
Shout out to ESPN and College Game Day for this clip and for the other two clips that we're going to use here. But Mr. Johnson, that is the quote from the first clip, sir.
Yes, the former Alabama, Miami Dolphins, LSU, and Michigan State head coach Nick Saban, and now current ESPN analyst, he had this to say, quote, "Nobody is in authority except the conference commissioners. And if they can't get together, then you're going to have a problem."
Your thoughts on part one of what Nick Saban said.
I agree with everything except I don't even think the conference commissioners are in authority in this, personally. I think they're handicapped just as much as everyone else is.
Oh, elaborate on that. That's an interesting take from you.
Okay, well, all right, I'll put it this way. Yes, they do call the shots in terms of how the temperature of the room is supposed to go and how college football is supposed to sway. But I believe they're blindfolded and they're flying by the seat of their pants. And it's like, okay, all right, I think this is the direction we should go. And they grab a dart and they just aim the dartboard. They just chunk it, and wherever it lands, that's what they're gonna do. That's how I believe the ACC, the SEC, the Big Ten, and the Big 12 commissioners are being right now. I really do believe they don't know exactly where to go, except if it makes dollars, it makes sense. Besides that, I don't think they know what they're doing, where they're going, or how this is going to end up.
So you're saying there's actually nobody in authority?
Exactly.
Okay. You might have a point there, but I'm more leaning towards Nick Saban because we want to have the playoffs. We want it for the commissioners. We want to make it to 12. We want it for the commissioners.
Again. All right. Let's see what's going. Boom. Okay. Oh, good Lord. So we gotta do it with the traditional bowl system. We gotta do this BCS system. Okay, fine. And then once it ran its course, they did it again. 12? Oh.
And then it's gonna be the commissioner gonna be the reason why I get moved to 16.
Yeah.
Especially after what happened with the first round pass again for the
last 2 years.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at Nick Saban, and I agree with Nick Saban. If you 4 used to be 5, if you 4 commissioners can't get together and help stir this into the right direction, we, the society, we, the college athletes, we, the entire sport of college football and college sports in general, we're gonna have a problem. And it's not a problem.
And we already have a problem.
And it's a problem that none of us want to deal with.
And we already have a problem.
We ain't get to the part that all of us that can deal with it though. We ain't got there yet. And we hope we don't get there.
No, I hope we don't get there either. But to your last point, that's why I said I don't even think the commissioners are in charge. I don't think they know what they're doing because we already have this problem now.
So I'm on the train with Nick Saban. Coach Johnson, he's 50-50.
Yeah, I'm 1 foot's on the train, the other foot's staying off of it.
That's part one. If you have any comments, go ahead and share them because we would like to hear from y'all about this because this is something that is going to be talked about a lot, especially with the transfer portal, the NIL, and all this other stuff. Which brings me to part 2. You ready for part 2, or you have something else you want to say?
I'm just thinking about the fact we actually might hear this all the way into April. I shake and shiver on that. But besides that, yes, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Part 2 from Nick Saban.
Unless they make the portal in May, which I've said before, to kind of match up with, but unless they make the portal in May, which I've said before, to kind of match up with the academic calendar, change spring practice till after that.
So, Mr. Johnson, reason why I didn't go into what you were saying on Monday about Porter is because I knew I had this coming up. So go ahead.
I figured you would. Well, the coach went onward to say, quote, unless they make the portal in May to match it with the academic calendar, move spring practice to after that. Close quote.
Now, before you chime in off the Nick Saban, can you give our football fans the perspective that you had on Monday, and then you go into what Nick Saban said?
I just find this to be ridiculous because you have this system and they don't know what they're doing with it. And why would you actually have this system going on for both basketball and football during its seasons? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Do it to the point where there is no activity or the least amount of activity in your sports calendar. And correct me if I'm wrong, sir, for both basketball and football, that would be late spring and in the summer. So if you're going to do the portal, you have to do it then. Otherwise, it's going to be an absolute quagmire of a mess if you do it during basketball season or if you do it during football season or if you do it during both.
He picked your favorite month to do it.
Well, May is not my favorite month. It's one of them, though. But yeah,
you know what I meant.
I do. You meant spring, but yeah, I again do that when you have the freedom to tweak, contort, actually oversee all of the action there is. How can you know what's going on in the transfer portal and you're doing this in the middle of your regulars or middle of your season? I mean, I think I get what they were trying to do. Them greedy fools in Indianapolis. I think they were trying to do the NCAA version of the trade deadline that we have in NBA and we have in Major League Baseball and we have in NFL and we also have in NHL. I think that's what they wanted this transfer portal to be, and it's a disaster. It's a disaster, as they say in New York. It's a mess.
You have 4,000 football players in the transfer portal. You have over 150 starters in the transfer portal.
Now, and that's the thing. You have them in the transfer portal now. How much sense does that make? January, and they were being in there in December. How can you do this during the season?
And another thing to add to it, which one of the other reasons why Coach Saban said this is because there are coaches from Ole Miss that's going to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them that decided after the quarterfinal game to stay at LSU and not join them for the semifinals. The offensive coordinator, Wise Jr., he's with Ole Miss for the semifinals game. That's another problem when it comes to the portal because most of the reason why these student athletes are in the portal is because their coaches have left.
Yeah, the coaches from the old program are going to the new programs, and it's quite well, no, we already know this is going down. Recruitment from within is happening.
Same thing with Oregon.
You go on my new team, I guarantee you a roster spot. You know that's what they're saying.
Same thing with Oregon. Dan Lanning, he's losing some people from his coaching staff to new jobs. And guess what they're doing?
Yep. Actively recruiting when they go. Oh,
and guess who's in the semifinals too?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and another thing, Lemming. We do not need the CFP to end on New Year's Day. Shut it up.
That's a topic for another day.
I know it is, but I need to get that off my chest and aim it at the Lemming.
And then one of the most, may I speak for you, sir?
Go ahead, sir.
And part of one of the most annoying things that it comes to the transfer portal that me and my co-host hate the most when it comes to the players. Just because you didn't get the result that you were looking for, don't mean you need to go in the portal.
Oh, the portal again. I actually wouldn't mind if they did have a rule instituted. I would be of the ilk of you only get one time in the transfer portal in your eligibility. One. Not one a year, not one a semester. One. So you better make that transfer to the school you want to go to work.
I like that. Actually, I like that. That's a great idea.
If not, you screwed.
Not only that, work on your craft.
Isn't that what we're supposed to do anyway?
Have you not seen this generation lately? And I
Unfortunately,
did not try to sound like Stephen Smith when I did that.
I know, and you're more immersed in it than I am, and yes, I have. And just like what we had, just like we in Generation X had to learn, you Gen Zers, you're going to have to learn too. One of these days, you're gonna have to get them nails dirty, get that work ethic in, build it up, and actually do something with what the hard work has garnered you. And yes, I'm looking at you two, Generation Alpha. You got to do the same thing. Hard work gets you where you got to go. I don't care how brilliant you are. I don't care how smart you try to work.
There's a saying. Let me think of the saying. I think it goes on the lines of teamwork makes the dream work. No, that's not it.
That's one of them, but it's not appropriate.
No, that's not the one I'm looking for. All for one for all. That's not it either.
Oh, there's no I in team.
That's not it either, but I like that one. Hard work beats talent any given day.
Yep. And just because you have talent doesn't mean that you are guaranteed a spot. I don't care if you're talking about football or life.
You can be the most talented player, but somebody not talented can outwork the brakes off you and they get the opportunity.
Give it some time. The harder working person will win. I don't care who you are, man, woman, or child. I don't care who you are, boy, girl, it doesn't matter. The harder worker, you give it enough time, the harder worker is going to win out. Now, be smart and learn how to and learn the ways, and then have that work ethic along with the brilliance. You're good. You're golden.
Matter of fact, I'm glad this is a football show we're talking about here. Mr. Johnson, I'm going to bring up a wide receiver who played at the University of Utah. Had a stellar career in the NFL playing for the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes, he did.
He was not the most gifted guy in the goddamn league.
He wasn't gifted when he retired.
But you know his name very well.
Steve Smith Sr. He was not the most gifted, although he had gifts and he did have talent. He had a lot of talent. But would you call him a Randy Moss figure? No, because Randy Moss was blessed with them wide receiver gifts. Not Steve Smith. But that hard work ethic, woo! No man on that field, I don't care what position you played, the other 21 men on the field, including the quarterback, including the middle linebacker, was not going to outwork him on every single play.
Matter of fact, let me do a current team. Let me do a former player, but on a current team that's in the playoffs. Let's go down to Miami. Here's a name that doesn't get mentioned a lot, but those who know their football knowledge. Coach Johnson, when I say Anquan Bolden, what comes to mind?
An absolute dog. What I love about him is he knew what he had to offer. He had a body. He was not the fastest, but he could get down. He didn't leap the highest, but if you give him a 50-50 ball, he'll get it. He wasn't the best route runner, but he could run every route in the route tree. All you had to do is just put the ball in the air. You just ask one Mr. Joe Flacco. Just put the ball in the air, and he wore 81 most of the time. Number 81 would go and get it. Whether he had to dive for it, leap for it, push somebody out, and he did have strength, or push somebody off to get the ball. However he was going to receive whatever pass you threw him, he was going to do it. And the man was not afraid to block in run situations either.
Matter of fact, maybe Eugene's is like, I don't know. I see Steve Smith. He just talk football. I don't know. I ain't seen him play. I ain't gonna watch his highlights. I never heard of Ant Boy. Well, let me give you somebody I know you heard of. And matter of fact, I ain't not even doing this because he played for my team. But Mr. Johnson, there was a man that Cam Newton admired. And he didn't blame him for the reason why he didn't get to play at the University of Florida. But he saw what this man was about. And he took something from him.
You talking about
with him to Auburn?
You talking about number 15?
Yes, number 15. You know, one of the in most Gator nations, one of the greatest Gators to ever put on a uniform.
Forget Gators. He's one of the greatest college football players to ever put on a uniform. And I'm saying this not as a Gator fan.
I was being modest, but
I know you were.
Tim Tebow. You and everybody else, including Stephen A. would be the first to say Tim Tebow was not a great quarterback.
No.
But what was he, though?
He was a great worker. And at least on the college level, he knew what his team needed when his team needed it. He needed to scramble for a first down. It was 3rd and long, and he couldn't throw the ball. He would run for that first down. If it was a throw that you needed to go deep, he'd give you that throw. If you needed him to actually resort to being like a fullback, he'll throw blocks and hit whoever was trying to tackle him, like he was actually a running back or a fullback. Tebow did whatever it took to get the job done. Oh, and you would know this better than me, Playmaker. In the time he started, which was 3 years, he won 2 chips.
And
not the most talented college quarterback I've ever seen, but he definitely is one of the most successful, and 2, one of the hardest working college football quarterbacks I've ever seen. That dude had a will to win that would pretty much rival Tom Brady in terms of how he did in college.
And you know, everybody wanted to say they like to bring up one of your great quarterbacks at your favorite school, Vince Young.
Yeah.
And they like to bring up other quarterbacks, but the thing is, what most people on the outside looking in didn't realize, or those who didn't want to look and realize, as you said, Tim Tebow was a worker. Yeah. Tim Tebow was a leader.
The dude actually worked out. He worked out with the linebackers. That's how wired he was. He didn't think of himself as higher than the rest of the team. He was one of those I will set being a leader by example types. And he outworked everybody on the field, similar to Steve Smith. He had the mentality of, and you remember the speech he gave after the Ole Miss L that led them to their first championship.
Which pretty much let everybody realize, oh man, this guy is so enjoyable. Yes, that's the guy right there.
Yeah.
Too bad he's in Gainesville.
You had no choice after that post-game press conference to say, so this dude is the unquestioned leader of the Gators. Oh, and if those words are true, that chip is theirs.
How we finished the season?
And I'm about to say, in 3 months later, they were hoisting the chip.
Ironically, guess who that loss came to?
Ole Miss.
At home
to Ole Miss. Mm-hmm.
So I don't care how talented you are. The coaches don't care how talented you are. If you ain't putting in that work, making care less.
Yeah, you're riding that pine.
This ain't high school. This ain't middle school. Yep, they don't care about your talent. They recruit you for your talent, but they want to see are you going to put in that work? Because there are other guys that are just as talented as you that we're recruiting as well.
Mm-hmm. And they will outwork you, and the coaches know it. The thing is, you got to know it. And how you would know it, you got to make sure that you rise up your level of work ethic to match theirs, if not exceed it.
Cool. That's that. Speaking of that, how you feel about moving spring practice to after the transfer portal in May? If the NCAA is smart enough to do it.
I personally like it. Here's the issue that I see with it, though. You're going to hear the NCAA try to baby these athletes and say, well, you can't do this at the hottest time of the year. That's not right. It's not fair. No, these poor young pups, they don't need to be out in that sweltering summer heat. Don't do that to them. Shut up. You already have the stupid week 0 in the summer.
Hold on. Hold on. Thought what you just said. I'm role playing here because that's based on what you said. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When do y'all start the season?
Season now normally starts 2 weekends before Labor Day.
So end of August. When does the NFL season start?
NFL season starts normally. The regular season normally starts the Thursday after Labor Day.
So y'all already on the same wavelength with the NFL, right? Why don't you just make the all season the same?
But again, that makes too much sense because our pups are delicate. We're dealing with ballerinas for football players. They're not rough and tumble like the NFL players.
And you know who I got that? And you know how Ryan is. You know who I got that from? What's the man on the screen name is?
And one Mr. Saban.
I got it from Nick Saban.
I don't disagree.
Pretty much line up your off season along with the NFL because you already lined up your regular season with the NFL.
I don't have a problem with it. I personally do not have a problem with it.
And guess what? You know what else Nick Saban said after that? You ain't got to worry about all this chaos that you got going on right now. Everybody's finished their season. And number 2, spring semester is over. You're getting ready for summer semester.
By the time, normally most schools, by the time you get to Mother's Day, school's over. Normally about then. You'd still have some that'll still have commencement ceremonies that'll be all the way until Memorial Day and maybe even into the first week in June. But in terms of school workload, most colleges, they're done by Labor Day.
Mother's Day, you mean not Labor Day?
I'm sorry, Mother's Day. Thank you. They're normally done by Mother's Day.
So guess what? There's no chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches ain't leaving. They don't have to rush to, all right, I need to hurry up and get here, and I got to go ahead and start recruiting and see what type of NIL money that I got to use and all this other stuff and see who's in the trend. If you push it to May, guess what? What was the key thing you was looking for Monday? A smooth
transition. And the way the portal is working now, there is no way you can have a smooth transition. How are you going to put a 18 to 22-year-old that uses this portal into a system and you're running it in the middle of the season? And you're running in the middle of the school.
In college football.
That is the problem. My bad.
Yeah, and you're running in the middle of the school year. Do it to when you can actually have them go to the program and they can hit the ground running the very next year. That makes sense. But then again, we're talking about the National Collegiate of Association of Athletes. They don't make sense.
And if you're ready for number 3, because I know I am, I think number 3 is going to be the one that gets Coach Johnson.
Drop it.
The NCAA doesn't seem to be in. The NCAA doesn't seem to be in control of the way things are happening right now. And I think if we're going to change things in college football, we've got to get Congress to have some kind of antitrust legislation, because the NCAA can't enforce their own rules. So even if they tried to change this, somebody might sue them.
I heard that. I say, yep, Cole Johnson's gonna eat this alive. Oh, and for Nick Saban to put that out there, oh, this is all Cole Johnson. So, matter of fact, sir, I'm just gonna leave the screen. I'm just gonna give you the screen along with Nick Saban, okay?
All right. So you heard the ban, but I will give you the quote that really stuck out. Quote, the NCAA doesn't seem to be in control of the way things are happening right now. Ellipses. The NCAA can't enforce their own rules. Close quote. Now, what did I say in point number one? So it's not just me that's believing it. You got a guy who is a surefire college football Hall of Famer. It's a no-brainer. He's going to be a college football Hall of Famer. Saying this, one of the greatest head coaches of all time, the greatest college football coach of this era, saying that. I can't agree more with what he's saying from the standpoint of you got the blind leading the blind. Now, do I think they have to go so far as to involve the government for it? No. But it just goes to show how inept the NCAA is, that you got to have a one of the most winningest personalities that exists in today's college football's landscape to actually say, big brother, help us out. We don't know how to police ourselves because we have no clue as to what we're doing. That is how pitiful you are, NCAA. See, this is when you all are so busy looking for the bag that you forget how to control your entity. This point right here. And you have probably one of your biggest cheerleaders saying this about you. And I'm glad that the ESPN did not decide to say, shh, no, Nick, don't say that. I'm glad they let him say it, because it's the absolute truth. You all are so busy saying to yourselves, well, how can we get a hold of that NIL deal money? You know, these athletes, how dare they actually have the temerity to make money on their own? We got to find a way to make money. And then you got old Charlie Blake on this end, the president of the doggone NCAA, saying, we're going to let the collegiate athletes actually bet. But we're not going to have the bet on college football and basketball and other sports in the collegiate realm. We're going to allow them to bet on the professional leagues.
And 30 weeks later,
the NCAA is actually going to rescind doing that. I mean, and in between that 3-week span, you had one scandal after another scandal after another scandal after another scandal, which basically undermined why you should even open that Pandora's box, because you had those players not just bet on college football and basketball games, but you had them try to fix them. You all are so worried, NCAA, about having your hand in the cookie jar, you forget that you got to actually run the logistics of your entity. And to actually have Nick Saban say this on national television, in public, if you will, I think it's absolutely brilliant. Nick, I've always had respect for you, but you now are one of my favorite. You now have vaulted. You have now actually stepped up to be one of my favorite personalities in college football, even more than Paul Feinbaum. I love what you're saying. I love where you're going with it. I love exactly how you said it. The only problem I have with what you said is you introduce another type of Pandora's box in having the government be involved in your affairs. So I don't know if you want to have the government actually put forth antitrust laws to basically tell the NCAA, this is how you're supposed to run your stuff. because that sounds sort of rather socialist-ish. And well, people know right now how we all feel about anybody who claims to be a socialist, don't we, conservatives? You don't want to have anything conservative. I mean, you don't want to have anything to be dictated by the government. No, you want the government to have no hand in it. So I get why you say that, because the NCAA needs all the help it can get. The only problem, though, with that is the NCAA, and you know this a lot better than we all do, they want the money. And they want to get the money, and they still are trying to find a way, even though they're making money hand over fist now, they're still trying to find a way to make even more money. Because, yes, this is the richest part of the sports calendar, even richer than the Final Four. Right now, this period right here from mid-December to mid-January is the richest time in the NCAA sports calendar. And they still are trying to find a way to make even more money than they can now. But Nick, you called it out perfectly. I mean, chef's kiss to you, sir. The blind is leading the blind, sir. And if you actually have to lower yourselves to ask for governmental assistance, that just shows right there how inept the National Collegiate of Associates of Athletes actually are.
Oh, I knew it. As soon as I heard, I said, "Oh, that's Coach Johnson all day, right there." Oh, that's Coach Johnson all day. I ain't even gonna touch that.
So you know, so now, well, I know
because remember you kept asking a certain question. I'm like, I'll wait to Wednesday for that.
And you know this already about me. People thinking that I just have this axe to grind by the NCAA because it's all blind and it has no focus. No. Like what Nick Saban said, that's the exact reason why I have a salty taste in my mouth when it comes to anything governing bodied NCAA, because you have that take out there that's said by one of the most successful head coaches of any sport in college.
Now, for those of you who want clarity, he's not saying Nick Saban is wrong.
No, no, I'm not saying Nick Saban is wrong. In fact, I agree with why he said it. I agree with every bit of why he said it.
It was the last part for me. They can't enforce their own rules because if they do, they'll get sued. I'm like, how is that even possible? And it's your rules.
It just goes to show the ineptitude of the NCAA. I'm like, this is beautiful.
You get sued for enforcing your own rules.
I'm like, this is beautiful. One of the most successful college football coaches of all time calls out the hypocrisy of the NCAA, and I am just loving it. I mean, I am Terrell Owens. Give me the popcorn. I mean it right now.
That's basically me telling Coach Johnson, you can't talk about football on the show. It's my rules, and he's suing me for it.
Basically,
and he can get away with it too, even though it's my rule. That kind of he said, like, how do you make the impossible possible?
That's the NCAA for you.
This is our set of rules, but we can't enforce it because we
can't enforce a thing on it. and it
make sense.
And we're so lost in the weeds and can't enforce it. It's quite possible we might need Washington's help to have us enforce it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is sad.
Here's our rules. Page 10. Or those of you who are looking on the computer, document H. These are the rules, but we can't enforce them. What?
Oh boy.
What? This is the rules, and you can't enforce them? So why are we even looking at this?
Straight Wild West. You got rules and you can't enforce them. This is
and by the way, if they enforce them, you can sue them. What?
They got rules you can't enforce. I'm like, this is NCAA gold right here.
Do you know how a meeting like that would go? So one, you have rules, which you should have because you're a business, you're an entity, whatever the case, whatever you want to call yourself. We understand that.
I think
Okay.
that's the problem right there.
Number two, you can't enforce them. So you have rules, but you can't enforce them. And then three, we can sue you if you enforce your own rules.
You hit the nail on the head as to the problem. They don't want to consider themselves a business. They want to consider themselves a nonprofit. But if they were to consider themselves a business, they actually would have the ability to enforce their rules a whole lot harder.
Oh my god, this is this.
But only the NCAA. You can't have this problem at any other place in sports. It is impossible. Even the NHL, which they were about to go under, even they can enforce rules within their own entity, but the NCAA can't.
Oh my god! All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the floor to Coach Johnson, and you can put a bow on this. So we talked about it on Monday. We can talk about it on Wednesday. Coach Johnson, you can put the bow on this.
All right. The problem that I foresee with having any type of enforcement whatsoever from the government is that you're going to have government officials officiate or cloud the judgment of or impede the progress that you all have made as the NCAA entity that you are now. It'd be like Captain Phillips, where you had the Somali pirate come up to the board and look at Captain Phillips and says, "I'm the captain now." Basically, that's what the government's going to be saying to you in Indianapolis. Washington's the captain now. But you did it yourselves. You did it yourselves. You put yourselves in a position to where you are just creating these rules, and it's like, I don't know, it's like Tinkerbell. You all just flighty individuals. You just say whatever it is you have to say. You put things out there for it to be enforced, and you can't enforce them because it could disappear just like that, or it could be infringed just like that, or it could be usurped just like that. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And if you weren't so concerned about money, you would have no issue with the transfer portal. Do the right thing, put that thing in the summer. And yeah, I agree with moving practice in summer too. These are young men. You can't baby them. Most of them want to actually step on the field on a Sunday. So if they want to step on the field on Sunday, give them a crash course as to how it's going to be a few years before. I mean, I agree with Saban. If you're going to mirror some of what the NFL schedule does, mirror it all the way, except for having OTAs and mini camps in June. Not saying that, but training camp starts in July for the NFL. You already, to a degree, start practicing in July anyway. Why don't you continue that and actually have it be vocalized? This is the college football season. I mean, heck, you keep pushing earlier and early the college basketball season, and you keep pushing for further and early the college football season. I mean, we have this ridiculous week 0, 2 weeks before Labor Day. I'm just waiting for week. I'm just waiting for week -1, 3 weeks before it, because I know it's coming. Do right by these athletes. That is the bottom line here, NCAA. Do right by them, because you can't do right by them if you're basically going to say this transfer portal stuff is nonsense. We don't give a crap about it. And yeah, you can just head in there. You can just do what you do. You go to the school you want, and you're good. Have it be more organized than it is, and you won't ever have it organized during the school season. And that goes for basketball too. You can't have it during the season. Have it at a time where it's least active, and you won't have this problem. But you're the NCAA. Unfortunately, you doofuses want these problems. You know, there's there was a tag team in the in WWE called the Street Profits, and they had a saying, "We want the smoke." Well, it looks like NCAA, when it comes to all the bad publicity and all of the gaffes and all of the mismanagement that you all are known to have been doing for decades and decades and decades on end, it looks like the Street Profits should not have been one with this slogan. It should have been you, because it looks like that you, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 366 if it's a leap year, want all the smoke.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Get mounts of entertainment with Paramount Plus. Stream new movies such as Mean Girls, Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and Good Burger 2 with Paramount Plus. Stream live sports such as the UEFA Champions League, the NFL on CBS, the PGA Tour, and March Madness. Catch hit CBS shows such as Fire Country, Ghost, NCIS, and more. But also catch exclusive originals with Paramount Plus such as Special Ops Lioness, The Famous Stallones, and the hit series Halo. The new streaming home of Showtime. Watch Showtime original series and movies when you sign up with Paramount Plus with Showtime. Make it a fun, action-packed adventure for the whole family and create kid-friendly profiles for the little ones. So much to stream with Paramount Plus, with over 45,000 full episodes from BET, CBS, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, and more. Paramount Plus plan starts at $5.99, but if you subscribe today, you get a free trial. Paramount Plus, mountains of entertainment.
This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
And welcome back to Bearing Down the Gridiron here on this Wednesday, January 7, 2026. That was a very interesting, fun topic. Thank you, Nick Saban, for the gems.
Yes. Chef's kiss on that. Totally agree with everything he said.
So you wonder why we had no other? Because I wanted to focus on that.
I'm glad you did.
That was a topic that I felt like it much needed to talk about.
All right.
As we I think you said, because you said
Oh, you mean ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Gridiron Roundup. Is that what you mean? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What's professionalism called professionalism?
Are you gonna mess around? You gonna break that mic?
Oh, I love this mic.
Over there, airborne, like you in the club or something.
That was exactly what I wanted to do. Have that image. Oh my.
And the gridiron roundup is no surprise. The quarterfinals that took place, and
well, all those in Columbus are going to be absolutely apoplectic. They already have been. They have been ever since New Year's Eve. Actually, since New Year's Day. New champions to be crowned. Miami takes out Ohio State. And Ohio State, oh, they're laying on their side. Oh, I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't have.
I don't think you know. I don't think you fully noticed the picture.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I did notice the picture. The U is taking up half the picture, and I said Ohio State's laying on the side.
They small.
I'm
compared
sorry.
to the U.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
why I said I don't think you
I'm
fully
sorry.
understood the
I'm
picture.
sorry. Ohio State is small and laying on its side. I'm sorry. I'm surprised you did not have Michael Irvin whipping up Ohio. Oh, you mean like that?
You ain't even get started yet, and you already went there.
Tattooing all Ohio State.
He even got the mascot in tears.
Yeah, Brutus crying. Brutus is crying. Is Ohio State getting toe up? Michael Irvin, why is you doing this with the Gatorade cans?
That's not Gatorade cans. That's actually trash cans.
What's that?
It's actually trash cans, not Gatorade cans.
Well, I mean, no, it's not trash cans. No, he's
it's trash cans.
No. He's doing it on the Gatorade things.
He takes the jersey, shirt, whatever it is of the opposing team, he puts it over the trash can, and he whips the trash can with this shirt. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I know it's trash cans.
Oh my gosh.
It's trash cans, I know. Trust me.
Well, Mike, I know you're about to celebrate being 60 later in the spring, but good Lord, man. You don't have to relive your college days this vigorously.
All right. 24-14 was the final back on New Year's Eve.
And it wasn't whooping. It was.
It was 0-0 after the first quarter. Miami got a touchdown through the air from Beck. And then all of a sudden, a pick six happened on the next drive for Ohio State.
The pick six was a thing of beauty. Oh, my gosh.
And it was downhill for Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State could not and did not recover. They were dominated. They were dominated on both lines of scrimmage. And you would not have thought that we would see an Ohio State team that's supposed to be one of the most physical in the country get decimated the way they did. Yet, in the Cotton Bowl, that is exactly what we saw. And I fell for saying, because if he wasn't throwing picks, he was dodging hurricanes, not trying to get him down to the ground for sacks. I was like, oh my gosh, they're just coming at him in waves. And they couldn't get the running game going because it looked like whenever a handoff was made to a running back of Ohio State, there was a hurricane in the backfield waiting for him.
Well, we still know who's the number one receiver in college football. That didn't disappoint.
No, that didn't disappoint at all. But for the defending champs, well, now you can go back to crying in your spilled milk about how you didn't beat Michigan last year, although you did become national champions, something that Michigan could not do.
And guess what? You beat Michigan. But guess what? You're not going to bring home this year.
So I guess that means you're going to be happier, Ohio State fan. You beat Michigan, but you're not a national champion. But last year you lost to Michigan, and you were the national champions, but cried about, but we still didn't beat Michigan. Shut up.
I think this is pretty poetic for me.
Why?
Dumb behind Ohio State fan. You beat Michigan, yay! And then you got your ass knocked out by Miami.
Well, no, they actually got their butts whooped by Miami. Thank you, Michael.
So did you like last season better or did you like this season better?
And don't say this year because that means you actually forget football fan. That actually means you shouldn't even attend Ohio State because you absolutely are learning nothing.
So, in Ohio State fan, yeah, please chime in at us because we want to hear these answers.
Yes, please say.
Was last year a better season for you, or was this season a better season for you?
Please, because tell me, I want to hear that the biggest game of the year for you is when you play Michigan in Columbus or Ann Arbor, regardless of if you are national champions later on in that season or not. I want to hear this.
And I guarantee you, because like he brought up earlier, we both want the smoke.
Yes. We both are begging for this smoke because we want to look at you and say how ridiculous you sound. Oh, and Tar Heel fan, I ain't forget about you, son. And this not go to cool. Don't you ever say you beat Duke, you retired Mike Krzyzewski, and you had a chance to be a national champion, and you, just like Duke, didn't cut the nest down. Because that's stupid.
Let's throw that out there. Just throwing that out there. But a new champion will be crowned.
Yes, unfortunately, well, long live the champs. A new one will be on the throne come January the 19th.
I'll get you your date later on in a second. You'll get your date later on Saturday.
Yeah, January 19th.
By the way, you gotta pop back on the screen because we finna move on to the next game.
Oh, well, hold on. Don't go too fast now, doggone.
Oh Lord. Matter of fact, I already know it. I already have a feeling like this is going.
What? No, you don't. You have no idea what it's going.
This man told me not to go too fast.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt the festivities.
So you thought what I did at Ohio State was bad. And that's on the docket.
Oh, no duck hunting in South Beach. Oregon shuts out Texas Tech. Good Lord, you swarmed them with a whole. You swarmed the Red Raider logo with a bunch of O's, like it's cheery, like the green Cheerios just covering the Texas Tech logo. You have them below them, you have them on top of them, you have them on the side of them, and you have them above them. Wow, that's brutal. That's brutal.
You know the cartoon when they get knocked out in this day.
Oh, I know. And basically they're seeing stars.
Around.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're seeing stars. Yeah. I know that was what you were going for. I know that's what you were going for.
You should have known that by the first sentence.
I knew. I knew that.
And you talk about me. And you talk about me.
I thought you would like that. Boy, the Ducks just went after that Red Raider. Buried him. Buried that sucker.
Do I need to set the game up first or just go ahead and let you go?
No. Go ahead and set the game up. Please. Because unfortunately, they didn't stand a chance in this game.
Stand a chance. They ain't even score.
Oh my gosh! I mean,
they ain't even score.
Oregon thoroughly done. I'll go ahead, sir.
23-0. I'm sitting here thinking, I think this is the first shutout in the playoff system.
I think so. I can't remember another game being shut out in the playoffs.
We talk so much, and as I'm talking about me and him, we talk so much that we ain't see Oregon standing a chance against this defense.
I'll claim that I did.
Oregon
Nope.
said,
Watch our smoke.
Hold that thought.
Yeah, hold that thought. Hold my beer. Oh my gosh! Wow.
And I think Dan Laney felt bad for y'all.
How? They scored 10 in the fourth.
It was like a garbage 10.
It's like a garbage 10 that normally is if the other team scored 10.
It was more like a garbage 10 because I think Texas Tech checked out in the fourth because they knew they were done.
I mean,
y'all got put. Y'all were closer to Miami than Oregon, and they punked y'all in South Beach. Oh, I mean, by the way, hold on. My bad. You know what? You're right, sir. I forgot. It is South Beach. There's a lot of distractions.
Oh Lord, why are you channeling Stephen A? Oh,
that's what popped in my head. I felt like he was saying to me, you realize what you just said, right? Yeah, I said South Beach.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, it was only 13-0 going to the fourth.
The fact that you ain't scoring 3 quarters, that's still bad.
That Texas Tech offense couldn't do jack. Oh my gosh. Could not do a thing against Texas Tech. Against Oregon. Oh my gosh, that Red Raiders offense. Look, shout out to my man, the intellect. Brother, your alma mater got embarrassed on national television. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. And he's not just a one who actually went to the school and graduated. He actually was a linebacker back in the mid-90s for Texas Tech. So he actually played for them.
And by the way, even though Coach John's being professional right now, but I can tell you, he probably gonna hate me for saying this. He's not happy that Oregon shut y'all out. Because he's a coach on the sideline, he can't stand. And he can't say nothing right now.
Oh, I could say something. Dan Lemming, yeah, this is the best performance that your team has ever done in any of the games you played.
Call him Lemmy, and that ain't his last name.
That's right, Lemming. This is the best performance, Lemming, that you have had. You've put Oregon on, and this is even better than the whooping that you gave Colorado and Eugene. Look, I will give you all the props, Lemming. You actually had your team prepared. You had them ready. Although you could have run a little better, but of course this is a Texas Tech defense that pretty stout. So yeah, to the fact that you managed 23 against them, that is a salute to you. But the fact that your defense,
they played BYU. BYU combined didn't even get close to 23.
No, that's to say 8 quarters of BYU, and they didn't amass 23 points. So I have to salute you. I mean, your offense was your offense grinded out them 23 points, and your defense.
You know what? I'll give the Dolphins more praise because guess what? Y'all didn't do anything to get them back in the game.
Well, yeah, they didn't turn them. Well, no, they did get a pick, but still, they did their best to take care of the ball. They did their best to drain the clock. So yes, offensively they did what they're supposed to do, but the defense.
You let the defense ride. You let the defense set the tone. You just say, all right, we be managers here. We don't gotta do too much.
But for the defense to put goose eggs on the board,
straight goose eggs, just straight.
Look, so I have nothing but complimentary things to say about you, Lemming. You did a good job.
And he don't even want to do that. That's how much he don't like you.
You doggone right. But to show you how professional I am, Lemming, congratulations, sir.
And how unprofessional he is, he called you Lemming, not Lanning.
Yes, and for those who want to know, yes, I know his last name is Lanning. But ever since he did the wonderful photo op video of they pay for clicks, we play for wins, he became Lemming in my eyes. Because that was a Lemming situation.
You ain't letting that go.
Heck no, I ain't. There was no reason for him to do that BS except
He only did it because it was Dion on the other side.
I will say it to gain. There was no reason for that man to do that other than, oh, I get the stunt. Sit your butt down.
That was any other because he wanted to say that, but it's Deion Sanders. It's prime time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You did it because you knew the cameras were on you, and you were like, oh, this is going to be a great photo op. Sit your butt down.
So, Oregon moves on. Texas Tech. That's a tough way to go right after a great team.
Yeah,
That's definitely a tough way to go.
Yeah, they moved back to Lubbock. Ooh, I feel for him, though.
But that was the beginning of New Year's Day down in the Orange Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So we go from the Orange Bowl and we head to the Rose Bowl.
I love the A's. Roll. Hoosiers roll. Indiana rolls. Alabama in Rose. Oh, I love that. I love the A's looking like a tire. It be rolled. Oh, my. Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm not even going to set it up. I'm just going to give you the screen because I'm not even going to set it up. Go ahead.
Kalen DeBoer. This is what you get. This is exactly what you get. You thought your program was ready. You acted like big boys in Norman. You made a correction in the second quarter. You big boyed Oklahoma, got them out the paint, and you thought, okay, we physical. We can man up against a team in Indiana that, you know, they boasts a stout offensive line, a stout defensive line, and they want that physicality. They want to be punched in the mouth, and we want to punch them in the mouth. Well, how did that work out? 38-3 was the final score. The game wasn't even that close because Indiana decided to put the foot off your throats about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It was an embarrassing butt whooping on Rose Bowl grounds. I'm like, oh my gosh, DeBoer, you should have been like Apollo Creed's corner man. Throw in the towel. Just throw in the towel. That's what should have happened. That's what should have happened. I mean, the Heisman Trophy winner, Mendoza, he was his efficient self as usual. He didn't make his mistakes. He made sure that all I's were dotted, all T's were crossed, and everything was all set. The running game was solid. And the defense decided to say, the crap that you did in Norman, the last 40 minutes of that game, you ain't going to do jack of it here in Pasadena. Oh, and the guy that was on here last week, Amen and me, saying that all you wanted was a natty. Well, how'd it feel? How'd it feel not to say roll tide, but tide rolled? How did that feel? Oh, it felt great to see it. I don't hate Alabama, but I think it's great, though, that big people thought, just like you, sir, just like you, Mr. Hyoto, you thought, oh, we beat Oklahoma and Norman. Oh, yes. We had the easy track to the national championship. We'll get by Indiana. We probably will steamroll through Oregon or Texas Tech, and then we'll get to the national championship, and we will hoist that trophy as we always did under the Nick Saban era. And Kalen DeBoer will have his first national championship, and he will have his first national championship in Tuscaloosa. That team was not prepared. And if you think I'm talking noise, look at the final score and look at the stats. The team wasn't prepared. Alabama got bullied everywhere on the field. And Signetti proved DeBoer that you're not in this league when it comes to coaching. You're not in this league. You're not even in forget head coaching league. You're not even in coordinators league with him. Like, he proved that his coordinators are better than you as a head coach. That is how bad of a beatdown Indiana gave Alabama. And it's great to see it. And all I have to say is, bye-bye Tide. It was great while it lasted. Sitting at the dock of the bay. And DeBoer, this is what you did to your boys. Wasting time. Bye-bye Tide. In Indiana, congratulations on getting the furthest you've ever been in your college football history. I'm excited to see what else you have, but I'm glad you decided to put a Hoosier tidal wave to the Tide and wash them out of Pasadena. Beautiful job.
That game turned when Tyler Simpson fumbled. And then come to find out, he got hit so hard, he cracked the rib.
I mean, Indiana just is physical, man. They bring it. I mean, it literally is like the Rock's catchphrase. Them boys bring it. They punch you in the mouth. And he punch you in the mouth again. And he punch you in the mouth again. And I mean, it's like you're in a prize fight with them.
So now I guess everybody wants us back at cutting the boy's head now. Oh, what a life to be an Alabama coach from week to week.
I would love to clown them and say the GoFundMe is on, but I was like, no, I'm gonna do a Indiana actually decided to take on the form of the Crimson Tide and basically wash them away.
You enjoyed that one, huh?
I did. And again, I don't hate Alabama. I don't like them, but I think I find it hilarious because, and I think I get a little bit of a joy out of the fact I live in an area in Nashville where, and it's so messed up. In the winter and spring, you have these Kentucky fans come out of nowhere. University of Kentucky. You have these Kentucky fans come out of nowhere, but in the fall, you would think, along with Tennessee, you would think that I was in Alabama with all the Tide fans that are here.
And we can understand Tennessee because you're actually in Tennessee.
Yeah, but it is so. But the Tide contingency is as prevalent as Tennessee. That is how bad it is. I'll tell a quick story. So when I first got here, LSU and Alabama were playing. And I went to a sports bar to see them. So Alabama was driving and they scored and the bar roared. But they still needed a field goal. No, they still needed like 2 more points to win the game. So this is right at the end of the game. So they tried to do an onside kick, didn't work. LSU recovered, and LSU needed a first down. And when they got the first down, I was like, yes! And I had every single eye look at me. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about, Tigers. Yes! I did not care. It felt good to hear that many Tide fans silent.
You don't even like LSU. You can't even stand Brian Kelly.
But Brian Kelly wasn't coaching them at the time. This was like 2010. Yeah, this is 2010.
Oh, I thought because he actually beat Alabama too. So
he did. No, this was 2010. This was talk on it.
Les Miles.
Yeah, Les Miles era. All I was thinking was, dude that ate grass. Yeah, this is Les Miles era.
Okay. All right. Oh, wrong one.
Well, but didn't you like seeing the Indiana Tide just washing Alabama away out of the Rose Bowl?
And that is so messed up how we don't even communicate what we're going to do, and for some reason for this game
it matches. Both of ours match. That's so messed up.
For some reason for this particular game here,
we stuck our foot in it and creatively. Yeah. Because it was just that demonstrative of a beatdown.
I watched the whole beatdown too.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Truth be told, it actually was. Alabama did not belong on the same field as Indiana. It was that bad.
Nope. And then to close out the gridiron roundup,
the best game of the round. Bye week bites dogs again. Ole Miss downs Georgia. Ole Miss is proud and wide and prominent.
Georgia.
But
Georgia.
where's Uga? Where's the Georgia insignia? Where is Georgia? I mean, they didn't get skunked. I mean, they were in the game.
Georgia.
Oh, now you're gonna be singing the Rage.
Georgia.
Georgia. Georgia. My whole life through. It's just an old sweet song that keeps Georgia on my mind.
They thought they was on the grind. Georgia.
I said Georgia.
Georgia.
They didn't finish the play. Georgia.
They sure didn't.
I was thinking both songs, to be honest.
Oh, the Ludacris song too?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing Georgia, because I was like, ain't anything I do Georgia, some people gonna take it a certain way anyway. So it's like I might as well not even put Georgia in here.
For those who don't know, Playmaker is a hardcore University of Florida fan. So I understand from that aspect why he didn't. But you weren't doing it.
Did you not see how harsh I was going with the other three? Could you imagine what was in my head if I would have did what I was thinking?
That's what I'm saying. You are the sort that, unlike me, you don't really go hard against your rivals. I wish you did, but you don't. But this is the closest I think I've come to seeing you do that. Just omitting Georgia. That is just cold.
I might as well just not do anything Georgia. Just say Ole Miss wins and be done with it.
Just omitting Georgia. Well,
because if I would have did what was in my head, what you thought I did Ohio State and Alabama was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll help you out. I thought it was a 12-round bout, and Ole Miss gave the final blow, knocked Georgia out.
Here, this is how since Coach Johnson wanted to put boxing into this. Let me go full screen. Let me go full screen on Coach Johnson.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, and I'll give you the floor.
As this game started, it looked like it was going to be a slam dunk win for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, halfway through the bout, you could say out of 6 rounds, it's like 4-2 Georgia. Like Ole Miss is getting punched. They ain't knocked out, but they get punched.
That's about right. That's how I would have scored it.
All right. Getting some close rounds, but Georgia's still winning. We at about 11. At the end of about 11, you probably scored it 11-8 Georgia. Ole Miss is trying. But they still aren't distance away, you know. You down 3 rounds. We don't know. We don't know if you got enough, Ole Miss. And then Mr. Johnson, the fourth quarter happened. The fourth quarter.
Now, what did I say about these two teams when they were in Athens? I said Ole Miss played probably the 3 best quarters they did all season long, but unfortunately, they ran out of gas in the fourth quarter. It seemed like the opposite happened in this game. It said like They did all they could to stay in the matchup, and then they just caught their second win in the fourth quarter and just went ham on Georgia. They scored on 4 possessions in that quarter. 4 possessions. I know Georgia's defense is supposed to be all that, but they proved to be all nothing in this game.
Kirby. Which is another reason why I ain't do nothing, Joseph, because I know my co-host, he'll probably be going to Kirby Smart, because the first round was the best weekend he ever had in football. The absolute best weekend he had in football. He couldn't even ask for a better weekend.
No, I couldn't.
Probably the only thing that would be better is Houston somehow, some way, miraculously actually wins the Super Bowl.
That'd be the only thing that would top it, yes.
But I looked at this past week, I said, it's not the worst weekend for Coach Johnson.
No.
But one of the coaches that he respected the most just got his ass shipped home. And the coach he can't stand that's still standing decided to put a goose egg on one of the top 4 teams in the country.
And one of the best defenses in the country.
So it's like, as I said to him in the chat when I was messing with him last week before the show, the Lord give it and the Lord take it.
That's all right, though. Lemon will get his. Kirby. I mean, I all year long, I've been saying you want your team to play with your food. You just wanted your team to play with food. It's as if you thought that you had enough, but you tried whatever the team you had on the field and realized you didn't have enough, so you needed to do other things, like trick plays or gimmick plays. In this game, it literally looked like your team thought, oh, we have it in the bag. Sugar Bowl, this is like our second home away from home. As my co-host actually said earlier, last week. You thought, Superdome, this is our second home away from home. We own the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's our domain. That's our domain in Atlanta, because that's only 50 miles away from Athens. Sugar Bowl, that's normally our birthright because we want to play in the Sugar Bowl every year.
I told you it's going to be about 50-50.
Yeah. I would dare say that I think Ole Miss really showed out fan-wise. But I digress. Your team played like this was your second home away from home, and you thought this game was locked down. I thought that you would have, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, would have actually gotten through to your boys or to your young men and said, this team played the 3 best quarters of their year, and we were able to eke out the dub because we had to pull something out of our behinds to beat them. So you can't come into this game thinking that this is a slam dunk win because this team is pretty doggone talented. The only loss they have was against us, which, oh, by the way, is great motivation for me to say to you, this team will come looking for you and looking to knock you out. They want to avenge the only loss they have on their schedule outside of Lane Kiffin getting the bag. And Lane Kiffin, if Ole Miss wins the national championship, LSU's still going to pay him $1 million. That is a massive flex. I'm sorry. I'm bad. Let me focus on the right coach here. You did not have your team prepared all year long. There's no way that you should have taken an L at home to Alabama. I'll even go so far as to say there's no way you should have taken an L at home to Oklahoma too. And then we ain't gonna talk about I'm sorry. You beat Georgia, I should say. But you were unimpressive in the win against Georgia. Unimpressive in Athens. Unimpressive. Because you've owned Georgia for a minute. And yeah, I know Georgia has, but you got owned. You got owned at home against Alabama. You barely squeaked out this dub against Ole Miss. So here it is. You play them again. They're looking to beat you. You don't play the best 3 quarters. You play pretty good 2 of the first 3 quarters. But that 4th quarter, until you saw that you were down a score against Ole Miss, your squad didn't get going until it was almost too late. And I say almost because you were able to actually tie the score. But when you have the secondary get scorched the way it did on the Ole Miss game-winning drive, the just desserts happened. And this is the apt description of what happened. As soon as that catch was made, you all took the knockout blow to your season. You deserved to have this happen to you. Yes, I picked you to win SEC, and you did. I thought you'd go further, but this is exactly what you deserved. You deserved to go down against a better team and a hungrier team because all year long, Georgia wasn't hungry enough. And Ole Miss put the finishing touches on you because it proved, the Rebels proved you just simply weren't good enough. And the better team won. And I hope the trip back to Athens was great. Try again in 2026. But you could be just like Kellen DeBoer. You can say this is a great season. We fell woefully short in the quarterfinals. We should be proud of that. And I'm very proud of the SEC.
Don't get me started.
What do you mean don't get you started?
Matter of fact.
What do you mean don't get you started?
You and your jokes.
I have no idea of what you're talking about.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Shop hats and official sports gear at Lids. Lids is the leader and #1 destination for hats, gears, and everything that moves you, making it the perfect shop for fans to find official sports hats, merchandise, and gear. Represent your team, your town, and your style with a snapback adjustable fitted hat or beanie from thousands of college and pro teams. Browse the very latest sports jerseys and t-shirts from the best teams out there. Lids has officially licensed professional and college sport team apparel and hats featuring the hottest brands and trends. Shop online or visit one of the 100 stores across the country. Locker Rooms by Lids.
Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We will see about Cup. And running back Kerryon Williams to return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come
to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
All right.
Oh, the beast is over. I'm sorry.
If this is your football version of the NBA Cup celebration.
Yes, it is. Death to all whack bowls. Yes, it is. The bowls that don't make sense, be done with them. Only 6 matter. Only 6. Only 6 bowls matter. The rest, money grabs.
Well, we went through 4 of the 6.
That's right.
So there's only 2 left, huh?
Yeah. The semifinals will carry the other 2. Yep.
So what does that mean for us?
Bet on Pick'ems.
Close.
Campus tour.
Rebranding as the Bearing Down Tour.
The glitch. I gotta ask about that glitch. I like that. That glitch is nice.
I don't even know how I came up with that one, to be honest.
The glitch is what gets me. I'm like, oh, that is nice. That's a nice touch.
It started off like the way you see it now, and then all of a sudden it just glitches and different colors come popping up, and all of a sudden right back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
With the nice suspense music in the back.
Like, oh, I might have to get Playmaker on that one. That's nice.
Only 2 games. Game number 1, which would be tomorrow. The Fiesta Bowl. And it's 2 teams you wouldn't have thought would get this far.
No, and I'm proud of them.
The 10th seeded Hurricanes of Miami taking on the 6th seed Rebels of the Hood Miss tomorrow, 7:30 ESPN, Mr. Johnson.
Ole Miss, of course, they have gotten here on the strength of their offense. They believe that they can basically not outmuscle from the standpoint of strength, but outmuscle in the way of strategy. Any defense that has been put in front of them, and so far, so good, because they have beaten every team they played. Of course, it took them 2 tries to beat Georgia, but still, they beat every team they played this year. Defensively, they're a little shaky, but offensively, this is where they live. Now, on the other side of the coin, they're stacked full of athletes, but what I'm loving about them is that they are physical. Oh my gosh, they're physical defense and they're physical on offense, and they are discovering that they need to lean on their running game on offense, which makes my heart dance and swoon. I mean, it's like a girl receiving a proposal when I see an offense embrace the fact that they need to punch defenses and defensive lines in the mouth. It is an absolute joy to watch. And to see the U embrace that and understand that Carson Beck. Let me see if I can put this in brass tacks. When they found out that the best Carson Beck is for him to basically be a game manager, I mean, Trent Dilfer is smiling. This is a beautiful understanding of what Miami is doing. They understand that they just simply need to not turn the ball over on offense and run. And they need to smack offensive lines in the mouth on the point of attack and get after the quarterback. Because the athletes in the secondary, they're ball hawks and they will get after any errant throw that comes in their direction. So I'm loving this. This is a good matchup. For me, the best one I'm looking forward to is the Ole Miss offense against the Hurricanes defense. I want to see how that goes down.
I want to see how that D-line get out the Chambers. That guy's pretty special for Ole Miss.
Oh, Chambers? Oh, yeah, he is. He is.
And then you have Lacey, who's now has a week under his belt, returned from injury, playing against Georgia.
Having him back definitely helped Ole Miss. No question.
Which means that brings me to my matchup. The running backs.
Fletcher versus Lacey. Okay.
Fletcher Jr. going against the Ole Miss defense. And Lacey going against the Canes defense. And that's something that Pat McAfee been saying throughout the week. Anytime they talk about the college football playoffs. The more physical teams have won every game.
Yes. Which
one of y'all want to be more physical tomorrow night?
So far, that ledger has leaned toward the U so far. Because, yeah, Ole Miss showed that, of course, they definitely were physical. They definitely were more physical. They sneezed and were more physical than Tulane. And, yeah, they were a smidge more physical than Georgia, but that game was even, in my opinion, in terms of physicality. One didn't knock out the other per se. Both did their thing, but Ole Miss was just a little bit healthier. They landed that one more shot. But of the two teams that I've seen thus far in the journey in the college football playoff, the U is a whole lot more physical.
So I'm looking forward to this game tomorrow night, 7:30 ESPN. And then from there, Friday, the Peach Bowl. We have a problem.
What do you mean? We have a problem.
Hey, we have a problem. I don't mean us literally. We have a problem. Where's the Peach Bowl at?
The Peach Bowl is in Atlanta.
Do I see Indiana and Oregon?
Yes, you see Indiana and Oregon. Yes, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium is in SEC country. Yes, you see two Big Ten schools going at it in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
To add insult to injury, the SEC most prized bowl game of the six is going to be filled with Big Ten fans.
I'm sorry. Sugar Bowl. Don't pay attention to what Playmaker just said. I'm sorry. Continue, sir.
You want to say that because it's in New Orleans?
No, because that's in SEC country too.
The most prized thing for the SEC is anything that's in Atlanta.
Well, it was because Atlanta is a bigger city. But the most prized bowl would be Sugar more than Peach because it's traditionally been longer. That's why I say that.
You don't care about tradition. I did not notice. Where's the SEC championship played at?
Again, bigger city, Atlanta. I get that.
The heart of the SEC is going to be run by the Big Ten. And the Big Ten is standing and dancing on top of the SEC's grave for 2025.
And the Big Ten is guaranteed to have a representative in the national championship game.
For a third consecutive year.
They're guaranteed to have one this year. Yes.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
So Friday, January 9th, 7:30 ESPN. We have a rematch. Number 1 Indiana, who won the first meeting, by the way, taking on the 5th seed, the Oregon Ducks, who they beat them in Oregon's own building in Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah. In that game in October, I think it was a good understanding and a good case study, and I think what we're going to see here too. Oregon needs to run much better than they do. That's the only way they'll stand in a scintilla of a shot and a chance of hanging with Indiana. Outside of that, yes, I will say it. I don't see Lemming beating the Hoosiers again. I don't see it. Offensively, the offensive line is just they're terrors. They're bullies. They dare you to lay a finger on Francisco Mendoza. And defensively, they get after QBs and they shut down running games. I'm like, it's just ask Ohio State. That should have been the game that Indiana should have gotten their cup up and lose and hang their head low and not be right now the number 1 seed in this college football playoff. But they found out the hard way too. Indiana punches you in the mouth on both sides of the lines of scrimmage. And I don't see Oregon being more physical than Indiana. It's like, and to me, that it will keep with Pat McAfee's theme. And I agree with him. The more physical team has been able to win every single game in the college football playoff, the more physical team is Indiana. And that is not my bias against Dan Lanning. That's just what the eyes have shown me, both in the game they played in October in Eugene and the body of work that both teams have given us this past year and the latest bodies of work we have seen in the college football playoff thus far.
Well, Dan Lanning, you exceeded expectations. So I can't even get mad at you if you get your ass whooped this game. You exceeded expectations. With that being said, if and when you get your ass whooped, Coach Johnson will be right here next Wednesday laughing his ass off.
Yeah, let's see, because you have exceeded my expectations in being a lemming. But you deserve this butt whooping you're about to get. I'm going to say this right now. You deserve this butt whooping that you're going to get because your team is not prepared. Your team wasn't prepared in October. Your team is not prepared 3 months later. Again, that isn't bias. That's just the truth. Now, here's bias. ESPN, don't show this fool on camera. That's my bias.
But you know that's not going to happen.
Oh, I know that's not going to happen. Don't show Lemming on camera.
You're basically telling ESPN don't do their job and interview both coaches.
Yeah, when you interview the coaches at halftime, interview the offensive coordinator for Oregon or the defense coordinator for Oregon. Let Lemming just go into the locker room.
But I would like to see if you do anything different, Dan Lanning. Did you learn from game 1 back in October? That I would like to see. Did you learn anything? Because if you didn't, good Lord. I'm going to be suffering next week.
Suffering? How? How would you be suffering?
This man has been steaming. Matter of fact, he's been steaming ever since that game to get at you. And you haven't given him a reason to get at you. Because you kept winning.
What? I don't hate Lemming.
But, and for all intents and purposes, you should get your ass whooped because Indiana has proven to be that team.
Yeah, this year they are.
But still, that's not going to stop Coach Johnson from being petty and coming for your head.
I don't hate Lemming at all.
This is coming from a man who wanted to go off on Dan Lanning for beating Iowa. Iowa.
By 2 points.
Knowing that type of game was going to be that way.
18-16.
That's what Iowa does.
I don't give a crap what Iowa does. Oregon's supposed to be the
better
better team.
Ohio State, they do it at Illinois, they do it at Indiana. You get the real scores with Iowa. We all know this. This is no secret.
Oregon should have boat raced Iowa with the talent they got.
You said they weren't even going to boat race them, and then next week you want to go off. Like, you literally said it was going to be one of them games.
And it was. But I wanted Oregon to prove me wrong. I wanted Lemming to prove me wrong.
No, you just wanting to go out to Dan Lanning any chance you got. That's how biased you is towards Dan Lanning.
I'm not biased toward him. I just don't like him.
Exactly. That's how biased you is towards him.
That's not bias. I just don't like the dude.
Yeah, so when you get opportunity, you want to go at him. Even if he wins, which is stupid as I don't know what.
That's not stupid.
The man won the game. The man did his job. He won.
That's not stupid. For example, Steelers-Raiders game. I mean, the Ravens-Steelers game. Down 10-3. Going into half. Your team offensively ain't done nothing. You go for the fourth down, you don't get it. What type of decision is that? And the Steelers won the game.
They won. They survived in advance.
But you pull bull calls like that.
They survived in advance.
The goal of a head coach is to make things easier for your whole team, not harder.
If you analyzing and you going into the game saying what the game was going to be, and the game is exactly what you said is going to be, hello, that means you knew what was coming.
Yes, but I wanted Oregon to rise above that, and they didn't.
You didn't say that. That's my point.
That was my ire. I wanted Oregon to prove that they weren't weak. So yes, they did go into Iowa City. They did beat Iowa, and it was a physical game.
You say it's gonna be a physical game. I don't know how Oregon is gonna be physical, but they should win this game because they're the more talented team. But it won't be.
Was that an erroneous analysis?
No, I'm talking about this is what you said before the game. But
I know that's what I said before the game. Right?
You want to throw hellfire and brimstone because you actually predicted the game right.
I wanted Oregon to show me that they actually are more physical than they are.
You should have said that before the game.
Okay, fine. I didn't.
That's not what you said before the game.
Okay.
That's why I was pushing back on you.
Okay, Lemming, prove me wrong. I don't think your team is as physical as Indiana. You already have 4 quarters with them. Prove me in these 4 quarters that I'm wrong.
Which I don't think he will, but that's why I'm going to Suffolk next week because he's going to let out all fire, hellfire, and brimstone next week. Even if the number one team did what the number one team is supposed to do.
What?
This is what happens when you deal with Coach Johnson. We know Indiana's the number one team, so we know Indiana should win this game. Indiana could win this by a blowout. They can win it by 1 point. It don't matter.
I would do that to Lemming.
Indiana should win this game, but just because the man's name is Dan Lanning, who is coaching of the Oregon Ducks, he's going to come after him.
I would never do such a thing to Lemming.
You're just something else, sir. You are something else.
Ever since I came up with the name Lemming, I actually like him now. I like Lemming.
That's it. You got 2 games. And you have a next one on the 19th, and that's the end of the college football season. That's it. 3 games left.
One on the 8th, one on the 9th, and then one on the 19th.
That's all you got. That's all you got. So that means we have 3 shows left, Coach Johnson, for college football.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's actually been a pretty good season. I've been liking how the playoff has gone thus far. But I think you and I know that the NCAA is going to revisit these buys this offseason.
1 and 7.
They're going to revisit.
Georgia's 0-2.
0-2.
That's not surprised you didn't go after Kirby Smart even more. Thought you would go after him more.
I could have, but I was like, no, because I've been pissed. I've been pissed off at Georgia, considering that they are supposed to be talented, but they have had these ridiculous lapses in concentration. Like the game against Texas, yes, the final score ended up being 35-10, but they had no business having that. That game should not have been 14-10 at any point in juncture. And it was just stuff like that just pisses me off about Georgia.
Man, Texas would have won that game, boy.
I would have roasted. Oh, I would have roasted Kirby Smart from pillow to post. Roasted him.
Texas would've won
You
that
lost to
game.
a lush. Why would you lose to a lush, Kirby?
And that's coming from a Longhorn fan. And the other guy, who's not a Longhorn fan, would have been on here smiling his behind off because good gracious.
Yeah, Kirby would have caught. He would have caught this verbal beatdown. Because I'm like, no, you were more talented, and you were in your crib, and you lose to this team. No.
You know, here's the funny thing. My brother, who's a Baltimore Ravens fan.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We got Snowman, who is a 49ers fan.
Oh, well, he's fine for now. We'll see Sunday.
No. I'm making a point here. And then we have you with the Texas Longhorns. You know what? All three of y'all got it coming. And Snowman said this on Monday. When I was on the song. No. All y'all was ready to get put out of y'all miseries. Snowman's like, Philly, let's go ahead and put me out of my misery. Please. Let's go ahead and beat the 49ers and get this over with. My brother was like, Pittsburgh, please win. I do not want to see my team in the playoffs because I know what's gonna happen. And you, sooner after they lost to Florida, just end the season now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I knew there was gonna be an L in Athens. So I'm like, if you want to be This is not a shot because this is Florida. It was just a shot because Florida just wasn't that team this year. If you're going to be hot garbage, I don't care if this game was in Austin. If you're going to be hot garbage against an unranked team like Florida, what makes you think you can go to Athens and actually win that game?
So all three of y'all, who my good friends and brothers, all y'all was ready for y'all season to be done with. Let's get this over with. We don't want to see no more.
But what made it funny from on this end with me is from the Wednesday, well, actually from that day, because we for those who don't know, we do talk offline. But show wise, from the Wednesday after that game, which would be the 8th of October,
I think so.
I went in on the Longhorns every single week.
They beat Vanderbilt, but he was not happy.
No, I was not. 34-10, and they allowed Vandy to score 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
The only Cole
off.
Johnson was happy about was the fact that they was the only team that put the loss on Texas A&M before the playoffs.
That's the only thing I've been happy about the Longhorns. Yes, I'm happy about that. That the Cheez-It Bowl victory that they had against Michigan, because it's a whack bowl.
He wasn't even that happy. He was somewhat happy, but he wasn't even that happy when they beat Oklahoma the next week, and that's like the biggest rival.
Because my happiness was tempered. I'm like, you put forth the best effort against your biggest rival, but 1 week prior, you put forth the worst effort so far against a team that you deserve to beat down. I don't mean like double digits, but at least a 7-point victory. This team wasn't good enough to hang 29 on you, but I was wrong. Because that happened, and they did. Shout out to you, Florida. But I'm like, if you're gonna come up with
the only bright spot y'all had,
was that
the only bright spot they had?
Yeah. Well, other than Napier being fired, but if you're going to come with that weak performance against a Florida
JMU,
team,
y'all have fun with the smiling jackass.
If you're going to put forth this whack and weak performance against a team that wasn't ranked and got handled by South Florida at home, and South Florida is not as talented as Texas is.
When they played Miami did not take them boys away, and they beat the brakes off them boys.
Yeah, they destroyed them in South Beach. What made me think that they were going to go to Athens and win? I'm like, no. And that's why even on this air, I said, even if they beat Georgia, don't put them in the playoffs because they lost to an unranked Florida team.
This has been a fun season.
So it was interesting to have Playmaker with because every other game that Texas played, they won after Florida, other than the Georgia game. And he was like,
Oh, we lost Cole Johnson. Wait a minute. Oh, there he is.
It was like, he was like, but they won, Cole. They won. Why are you still going ham on them? Because of that L at the Swamp early October. And I know these dummies, if Georgia gets the L against Texas, they're going to still put them in the doggone playoff, and they don't deserve to be there.
You know what makes it worse? And I know it. He never said it, but I can feel it. They lost to my team, and I actually picked them to win the conference.
That the fact that it wasn't even the fact they lost to Florida. It was the fact that my co-host picked Texas to win the SEC. I'm like, jeez. I'm like, what is he seeing that I'm not? Because I ain't seen it.
I knew you was picking Georgia. I'm like, this might be the year Georgia get caught, and they should have got caught.
Well, it was just one game later. Because if it was Ole Miss they went against them, more than likely they probably would have been caught then. If they faced against Ole Miss in the SEC championship instead of Alabama.
And even after the loss to Georgia, and they still had a shot to get into the SEC championship game. And cool, that would really hurt Cole. Like, this team still got a shot to win the conference.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what pissed me off.
I was like, I'm not dead.
This whack school got 2 losses, but they still could end up being one of the 2 SEC championship game participants. I'm like, no, they don't even. I was like, no, I don't give a crap if you take the invitation. Deny it, decline it. You don't deserve it after that L you took at the Swamp. Decline the invitation to go to the SEC championship game.
But Texas A&M kept winning, and Alabama kept winning,
right?
And Georgia kept winning,
and Georgia kept winning too. So that eliminated Texas for sure. And basically the Texas Georgia game was a SEC championship elimination game, really. And the right team won. But smart. This is what I was talking about. Why would you even need to? I didn't give a crap if he went for it and got it. Why did you feel the need to go for an onside kick? Went up 21-10.
That what really got you.
I'm like, you already have the team down. Why do you have to do an onside kick? That makes no sense. Why? I didn't care about the fact they got it. Why are you even attempting it? Like, jeez. You have that little faith in your squad. Well, it was proven right in the Sugar Bowl. But Texas, I'm glad they did not make the playoffs. I'm glad they did not.
Oregon, Indiana, Ole Miss, Miami.
Congratulations.
You are the Final Four of the 2025 college football playoffs. So, well, we can say 2026 is the year 2026, but it's the 2025 season.
25 season, yeah.
You are the Final Four. Good luck to you. When we come back next week, we will see who we playing for the national championship on the 19th of January.
And one of them is going to be a Big Ten school.
SEC, sit your asses down.
Well,
unless Ole Miss get there.
You still got Ole Miss.
But at this point, I'm with Ryan Clark. It's time for us to set our asses down.
I'm with Ryan Clark too. And the fact that you went ham on me about SEC being crappy in bowls, I'm like, you can go ahead and be all you want. This was not SEC was not that conference this year.
I know that, but you know how when you blame somebody, you get people's attention instead of just going off the conferences and the schools. So hey.
Yeah, I was like, no, you knew SEC was not that conference this year. Let's be real. The Big Ten was, but yeah,
that was my fun,
mm-hmm.
And it worked. So hey. No, I would not be blaming Cole Johnson for the rest of the way.
That was still funny, though.
All those rat bows are done for, so.
Thank the Lord.
So I have nothing to blame him for now.
Thank the Lord. The whack bowl season is over. Now the real games are left.
But it was fun, though.
Oh, it was fun.
I
was
did get
fun.
a lot of. I got a lot of views. I got a lot of views. That would really tick them off. People actually went to go see the clip.
I'm like, don't be doggone this dude capping on me. Lying to the public.
He wanted to do none of this. He wanted to do none of this, and people didn't go see the clip.
The dude lying on me. And I'm like, I don't believe this.
He felt so bad. He felt so bad. He had to make a comment.
Dude gonna lie on me. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. Dude gonna lie on me. I mean, like, why is he lying on me? Why?
I do it again.
And I do it again. I would do it again.
Oh man!
I thought, but I just say that was a stroke of genius to keep. And I'll do it again. Part 2. That was genius. That was a stroke of genius because I would do the same thing. I would have edited the same way. I'm like, oh, this is a perfect way to end right there.
I don't give a crap. Blame me all you want to.
That's
not my fault.
It's not my fault.
All over the place. It's all over the place. I'll do it again. It's not my fault. I don't care. Pick a side, Cole. Pick a side. Is it your fault? Is it not your fault? What we doing?
Oh Lord.
That's why he says it's a stroke of G, because it's like, you don't know which way you want to go. Do you?
Because I was addressing it's not my fault. I was addressing your witty banter, throwing blame and shade at me. But I'll do it again. Yeah, I would wish for Oklahoma and Texas A&M to take it out.
Oh, that was funny.
Still, I would wish for that. Yes.
Oh, I know. That's what opened the door for me to do it. The fact that you did it. Both teams in the SEC too.
Oh Lord.
I can set this up perfectly.
Oh my gosh. That was hilarious.
But next week, recap of the semis, previewing the national championship. For some reason, I think the two teams that's going to be probably going to be the two teams that shouldn't even be there. That's just
Oregon and Ole Miss.
I don't know. I'm just feeling that way.
Because to me, to be the two best teams in the playoffs thus far has been Indiana and Miami. Too tough so far for me.
That's how crazy football is.
Mm-hmm. Did any of you have that on your bingo cards? Because I know the answer to the question with Playmaker Me. The answer is no. We didn't.
Well, I was trying to see if Indiana was that a fluke season or not, like everybody else, and they said nope, not a fluke season.
Nope. Last year was not an aberration. This was just a portent of things to come, and also that boat racing of Illinois. Oh, that was that's how you really get down. And then that 30-20 victory in Eugene. So y'all arrived. Okay, cool.
Oregon. It was the fact that, all right, Dan Lanning, what game you gonna choke away and have to be the Indiana game? Mm-hmm. But you ain't choking another one since.
No, the team's been pretty good since then.
Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin did not say a word. He kept his mouth closed.
Mm-hmm.
And he just did the job.
Until LSU was like, we'll pay you $13 million a year and we'll pay you $1 million if Ole Miss wins the national championship. Oh, I'm there.
Hey, Coach Jones was like, you know what? I had one thought, but now that I looked at a contract, Lane Kiffin, I ain't mad at you.
I couldn't be. I couldn't be. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. So you're going to get paid $13 million a year. If the team wins the national championship at any time during his contract, the school has no choice but to pay him the most amount of money in college football for a head coach. They pay for his house in Oxford. They'll put down $500,000 for the house that he's going to buy in Baton Rouge. And oh, by the way, if Ole Miss wins the national championship this year, he gets broken off $1 million. I'm like, you'd be stupid not to sign on dotted line.
And then Miami, y'all did what Miami always does, but the committee gave you a second chance, and you took that second chance and ran with it.
You know, I'm interested to hear what Cool has to say about how Miami has been since the playoffs.
Remember what he said? If Duke was to win, he'll never be on here for the rest of the season, so I can't even bring him on because Duke won the ACC. You forgot? You forgot what he said? That
no, I didn't forget. Not I wanted them on. Well, you don't always want Cool, no matter what we do on anyway, because it's entertaining. But and he's a cool brother. But no, I wanted to hear what he has to say. Period, whether it's on air or off, of how Miami has been since.
That's the ACC fault. And Duke actually won the goddamn thing.
Well, that's what they get for not putting the best team in the conference in the conference championship game. That's what they get. That is what they get. And the college football committee, like you said it perfectly. They saved the ACC's bacon because, in my opinion, not saying that I would want this Cool, because I don't. They should have punished the ACC and not had any ACC school represent them. But we would have gotten this beautiful performance that we have gotten out of Miami and Michael Irvin.
Like they say, strange things happen for a reason.
Yeah, they do.
And until then, enjoy more strange things that happen. And we'll see y'all next week as we bid you adieu.
Yeah.